Have you ever noticed that in today's beauty industry, launching a product is almost guaranteed to come with some kind of controversy? It seems like no matter how much planning goes into a release, the internet will find something to debate. And that's exactly what is happening right now with Olivia Jade's brand new beauty company. What was supposed to be a major career milestone has quickly turned into a larger conversation about inclusivity, beauty standards, and what consumers expect from brands in 2026. Let's talk about it. For those who may not have been following Olivia Jade's journey, she's someone whose online career has had some pretty dramatic highs and lows. Long before influencer culture became as massive as it is today, Olivia built a large audience through beauty tutorials, lifestyle content, and vlogs. She became known as one of the younger creators, making a name for herself in the beauty space. Then, of course, everything changed during the college admissions scandal that made international headlines. Because Olivia was already a public figure with millions of followers, she became one of the most recognizable people connected to that story. For a period of time, it seemed like her influencer career might never recover. But over the past several years, she has slowly rebuilt her presence online. She returned to creating content, reconnecting with her audience, and focusing on beauty and lifestyle videos. While opinions about her remain divided, there is no question that she has worked to establish a new chapter in her career. Now she is taking an even bigger step by becoming a beauty founder. Recently, Olivia launched her new beauty brand, Ola Piccola. The first release included bronzing glow products designed to provide a natural-looking warmth and radiance to the skin. According to the brand's marketing, the goal is to create a healthy, effortless glow rather than heavy makeup. The aesthetic of the launch is very much in line with current beauty trends that emphasize minimal makeup, clean packaging, and products that enhance natural features instead of completely transforming them. Before the official release, Olivia posted videos testing the products herself and showing followers how they performed. And that's when the first wave of reactions began.
Bronze and Glow Bomb, taking shade Light, starting with the bronzer. A little debossed bronzer and highlights, but I'm just gonna pretty. Taking highlight, this is the light stick. I'm taking shade medium, a little bit of the highlight.
Some viewers felt the products looked extremely subtle on camera. Others questioned whether consumers would feel comfortable paying premium prices for products that appeared to produce such a soft effect. There were also comments about the packaging, with some people saying it looked overly simple compared to other products in a similar price range. At the same time, many supporters defended the brand. Fans argued that subtlety is exactly what modern beauty consumers are looking for. Not everyone wants dramatic contouring or highly pigmented products. For many people, the goal is simply to look refreshed and healthy. Supporters also praised the clean branding and minimalist approach, comparing it to several successful celebrity and influencer-owned beauty brands that have found huge audiences by focusing on natural beauty. At that point, the discussion looked fairly normal for a new beauty launch. But then another issue started gaining attention. The product launched in 3 shades: light, medium, and dark. While some consumers didn't immediately see a problem, others quickly began questioning whether 3 shades could realistically serve a broad range of skin tones. That criticism gained even more attention when beauty creator Golloria shared her thoughts online. Gloria's argument wasn't simply that there were only 3 shades available. Her concern centered on how the product was being marketed.
Olivia. Bronzer. This is the darkest shade of Olivia Jade's o.piccola bronzer. Hello. The website literally says, maintaining a natural skin-like finish across a range of skin tones. I think that's why this is bigger than the bronzer. Because if deep skin is included in the promise, then it should be fully considered in the performance. Because there's a difference between a product actually just showing up on dark skin and actually doing what it's intended to do, creating warmth, depth, dimension. And people with dark skin are constantly expected to just accept that gap. And a lot of these brands literally just want proximity to dark skin. They just want to say, hey, we're inclusive, just to appear inclusive visually, but not enough to fully center the people at the furthest end of the spectrum, which is just jarring. This is why dark-skinned consumers notice that these new launches are not gonna work almost immediately, because
this is medium, by the way.
3 shades. If Olivia sits at the center of a 3-shade spectrum, then when they envisioned range and also marketing this as something that works across a range of skin tones, were they actually imagining the full spectrum of human skin, or just the spectrum of people still close enough to whiteness to remain inside the industry's comfort zone?
That point resonated with many people online. Soon, the conversation expanded beyond Olivia Jade's specific launch and became part of a larger discussion about inclusivity in the beauty industry. For years, consumers have pushed beauty brands to offer wider shade ranges and more inclusive product development. While the industry has made progress compared to where it was a decade ago, many people believe there is still a long way to go. Some commenters argued that launching with limited shade options sends a message about who the brand considers its primary customer. Others pointed out that consumers with deeper skin tones are frequently asked to wait for future expansions, while lighter consumers can immediately participate in launches. This perspective fueled much of the criticism surrounding Olivia's release. Eventually, Olivia addressed the issue directly. In response to questions from followers, she explained that the company is currently self-funded and that she is the sole investor involved in the business. According to Olivia, starting with a smaller range allowed her to get the brand off the ground while continuing development on additional shades. She also revealed that she was already working on expanding both the lighter and deeper ends of the shade spectrum. In videos discussing the launch, she showed early samples and emphasized that further testing was underway.
I almost forgot the most important question, which is shade range. So, as I said, I'm the only investor and person involved in the company as of now. So I started with 3 shades. We have light, medium, dark, and should I show you? Yeah, I'll show you. I'm already working on expanding the shade range. So we have a more fair bronzer and a deeper bronzer because I do really feel like there needs to be a shade darker and a shade lighter. So I'm hoping launch goes well and then we can roll these out pretty quickly after. So I'll show you. We're working on shade deep right now, but I haven't really tested this at all yet, so this is very, very new. And honestly, if you guys want to test it with me, I feel like that's the most amazing thing about having this following and creating a brand is I really want you guys to be involved, so feel free to message me. I also will be working with a lot of models and makeup artists to perfect skin tone second time around. I'm trying to see if this would be best for fair skin. I've tested it on one person so far and it worked really well. Better than shade light in my opinion for their skin tone. So that's the shade range. But I will show you some swatches. So this is shade dark with this as the highlight. This is medium, stunning. Okay, and this is light, which is the shade I reach for. Sometimes when I'm self-tanned, I'll use medium or I'll mix the highlights. I use all 3 highlights, to be honest.
Critics remained unconvinced. Their argument was that inclusivity should not be treated as something that happens after a brand becomes successful. From their perspective, if a company cannot adequately serve a diverse customer base at launch, it may be better to delay the release until those concerns have been addressed. This is where the debate becomes particularly interesting. Both sides are approaching the issue from very different perspectives. One side sees a new entrepreneur starting small, working within financial limitations, and planning to expand over time. The other side sees a pattern that has existed in the beauty industry for years, where certain consumers are consistently asked to wait for equal consideration. And because both viewpoints contain valid concerns, the conversation has remained active. Another factor adding fuel to the discussion is Olivia's background. Even though she says the company is self-funded, many people associate her with the wealth and privilege of her family. Because of that, some consumers are skeptical when financial limitations are cited as a reason for product decisions. Others argue that regardless of family wealth, a business should be evaluated based on its actual operating budget rather than assumptions about what resources might be available. That disagreement has become another layer of the conversation. At the end of the day, this controversy highlights how much consumer expectations have evolved. Years ago, many brands could launch products without facing detailed public scrutiny. Today, consumers examine everything. They analyze ingredients, they evaluate marketing claims, they discuss packaging, they compare pricing, and they pay close attention to who is included or excluded from a launch. Whether you agree with the criticism or believe Olivia deserves more patience as a first-time beauty founder, one thing is clear: modern consumers expect brands to think about inclusivity from the very beginning. As for Olivia Jade, this is likely only the beginning of her journey as a beauty entrepreneur. The success of future launches may depend on how effectively the brand responds to feedback and whether upcoming product releases address the concerns being raised today. For now, the debate continues across social media, and people seem just as divided as ever. Some see a promising new beauty brand finding its footing. Others see another example of an industry problem that still hasn't been fully solved. And that's why what started as a simple product launch has turned into one of the most talked about beauty discussions online. What do you think? Are consumers being too harsh on a new self-funded brand? Or should inclusivity be fully addressed before a product ever reaches the market? Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.